Hi, welcome to Take 5, where we daily consider devotional thoughts from Oswald Chambers' book, My Utmost for His Highest. Today is March 21st, and the title of today's devotional is Identified or Simply Interested. I have been crucified with Christ. Galatians 2 and verse 20. A couple of months ago, Dr. Chambers addressed the need for a white funeral, which is the death to self so that a resurrected Christ may live within. He comes back to that again today, asking if we genuinely identify with the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ so that He may live through us, or simply hold an interest in it, yet still from a distance. Chambers tells us the inescapable spiritual need each of us has is the need to sign the death certificate of our sin nature. I must take my emotional opinions and my intellectual beliefs and be willing to turn them into a moral verdict against the nature of sin, that is, against any claim I have to my right to myself. How do you feel when you willfully sin, aware of doing in a deliberate manner that which you know is against God's will and nature? Sin should cause shame, guilt, and sorrow. These negative feelings against ourselves will cease as we cease to give ourselves permission to sin. Continuing, Paul said, I have been crucified with Christ. He did not say, I have made a determination to imitate Jesus Christ, or I will really make an effort to follow Him, but I have been identified with Him in His death. Once I reach this moral decision and act on it, all that Christ accomplished for me on the cross is accomplished in me. Chambers takes the doctrine of sanctification far beyond where many understand it. We hold emotional, I need to quit, and intellectual, I believe that I can quit, considerations about turning from sin that depends on us doing the action. Chambers rightly says, though, my unrestrained commitment of myself to God gives the Holy Spirit the opportunity to grant to me the holiness of Jesus Christ. The power to stop sinning does not rely within yourself, for you are going to do what you want to do. Only God's Holy Spirit can stop sin within you, for you no longer have the desire to sin. This is beyond human comprehension. The manner in which His indwelling Spirit transforms us into the likeness of Christ, for it is no longer I who lives. Many do not even realize the serious nature of being a Christian. They do not understand that it is the desired complete laying down of self so that Christ may live through me, and I like it that way, for it is my desire that such happens to me. Chambers teaches my individuality remains, but my primary motivation for living and the nature that rules me are radically changed. I have a human body, but the old satanic rights to myself have been destroyed. Chambers finishes with, this faith was not Paul's own faith in Jesus Christ, but the faith in the Son that God had given him, Ephesians 2 and verse 8. It is no longer a faith in faith, but a faith that transcends all imaginable limits, a faith that comes only from the Son of God. To live for Jesus must be the primary desire of one's heart. Until it is, you're not going to fully, wholly, completely be committed to God. There is always going to be that element of sin remaining that keeps the desire for sin and impurity. You will remain falling short of the glory of God, and you will be satisfied with that, but there will be within you an element of frustration, and you will wonder why. It's due to permitted sin. Do you permit sin to continue to live within you because you like whatever it is? Christ can never fully occupy your heart as long as you love sin. Until you genuinely hate sin, and until you genuinely hate sin, you cannot completely love God, for no man can serve two masters. We presently live in an age of the half-hearted church. As a Christian, you should be convicted of sin until fully the peace of God fills your heart, and you know that it is no longer I who lives, but Christ who lives within me. If you've not yet read today's devotional from Dr. Chambers, I encourage you to do so, for it will enhance the time that we spend together. It's available free online. Also, please below list any questions or comments that you might have over today's study, and also please share prayer requests as well. And now may God's grace and peace be ours as we seek to live our utmost for His highest. God bless you. Thanks for being here today. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.